Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. One of the, if not the single biggest change that we saw with Season 3 was the sniper meta shift. Raven was previewing this prior to Season 3. Once the update dropped, we saw so many different changes to so many different snipers, especially with the fact that a lot of snipers now cannot one-shot headshot unless you are within, 50 to 70 meters, which is a huge change. The meta snipers now are completely different, and today we're breaking down, in my opinion, the top 5 best snipers to be using in Warzone right now between Rebirth and Caldera. As we go through it all, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, or if you have not already subscribed, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, so feel free to hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications. So first up, coming in at number 5, I do still have the Modern Warfare car. Now obviously we all know this was the #1 sniper for so long in Warzone, pretty much since like Season 4 of Modern Warfare. Everyone was using this thing, right? And now it's only good within like 60 or so meters, which means that it is still very usable on Rebirth, but only usable for aggressive sniping on Caldera. Hence why I have it at 5 compared to some of these other snipers, which are good pretty much all across the board. But the setup here, in my opinion, doesn't really change all that much. Still going for monolithic suppressor, going for the 27.6-inch barrel, tac laser, especially for that better ADS if obviously we're using this as an aggressive sniper. Going for the sniper scope as well on here. I love using the cross-thread reticle. Then before, especially for Caldera, I was using focus to help out with some of that flinch resistance, make it so that it's easier to stay on target when you're getting shot. But now, because we're so focused on using this for close range, I feel like you gotta go for something like the Sport Comb stock, or honestly, even the Stippy Grippy in some cases as well for that better ADS, just to make it as aggressive as possible, since you're only using it in aggressive situations, right? So definitely pay attention to that when you're building out your car. Now at number 4, I've actually got the Pelington, and it's very similar to the car in the sense that this is now an aggressive sniper. For long range, it's not going to one-shot to the head, but within 70 meters or so, which is actually like the best range of all the aggressive snipers, this can still one-shot. So especially on Rebirth, this thing could be a top choice now. And then on Caldera, if you're super aggressive, this works well. Or if you're just very accurate with it at long range, it can also be very, very solid. So first up here, I am going for either the wrap suppressor or the sound moderator. You're getting slightly less range with the sound moderator, but you're getting a faster ADS. So it depends on what you value more there. That base one-shot range or a super fast ADS. To me, the range is a little bit more important because we do still have a fairly decent aim down sight speed. For the barrel, going for combat recon, no surprises there. That's sort of like the go-to range and velocity combination for Cold War snipes. Also going for the 5 milliwatt laser, obviously going to help out with our aim down sight time. You love to see that. Airborne elastic wrap, again helping out with that ADS time, but also flinch resistance as well, which is super convenient. Then lastly, you can definitely mess around. You could go for something like a fast loader if you wanted to get a faster reload, an extended mag if you wanted to. I don't feel like any of the stocks are all that beneficial for a sniper, so I don't really run any of them. I actually really like using the bruiser grip because it gives you better movement speed, and again, that makes it even more aggressive and even more agile, plus you get aiming stability as well. So that's sort of my go-to Pelington setup. Perfect for Rebirth and definitely usable on Caldera. Now at number 3, I've got the 3-line. This thing is definitely the new best Vanguard sniper in my opinion. This is one that can one-shot at any range, so that's super important to take note of. It's great on Caldera and also can work really, really well on Rebirth too. So first up here, we're going for the Mercury Silencer. No cons here. Increases your velocity. Obviously, it's keeping you off the map, so those are huge things to take note of there. That's big pros when it comes down to it, right? For the barrel here, obviously, we have a ton of options, and it's kind of tricky when it comes down to what you want to use here. A lot of them do increase velocity, which is huge. Some increase your aim down sight speed. When it comes down to it, I feel like the Empress 514 is the go-to here. Better ADS, better velocity, but also no damage fall off. So at any range, whether you're at 70 or 250, it's going to be really, really strong, which is obviously crucial for long range sniping. For the optic here, I like the base sniper scope personally. If you don't like it, feel free to change it to whatever you are comfortable with, whether that's the 10 times, whether that's a 3 to 6. Totally comes down to your preference there. For the stock here, I actually like my very own custom MZ stock. It helps out with the ADS speed, but also the aim walking move speed, which is solid. Some of these other ones also help out with ADS speed, but they hurt some other things in various areas. Honestly, all the stocks in this gun are kind of weird. I won't lie, but to me, custom MZ is sort of the way to go. For the underbarrel here, you really got 2 options. I think the heavy foregrip is pretty good, aiming stability and aim walking steadiness. Those are really good pros to have and no cons. Skeletal also gives you a better ADS speed. So if you're going for like a more aggressive version, go for Skeletal. if you're going for just a solid, consistent sniper, I feel like heavy is probably your better choice there. Now, obviously, we're going for lengthened. We'll come back to the magazine in just a second. For the rear grip, you definitely have a lot of choices here. Leather, better ADS speed, that's super ideal. You could go for something like stippled, which gives you recoil recovery. Fabric is also solid with the better ADS, so you definitely got some choices here for sure. I like either fabric or leather. Leather to me doesn't have any cons though, so I mean, we'll go ahead, run with that. For perk 1 here, I don't particularly love all of these. Shrouded, if you're using a base sniper scope, will obviously keep you off the map, but hard scope doesn't really matter too much. Aiming stability is not bad. Sleight of hand is not bad, but they're not like phenomenal. Unmarked, not worth. And then awareness, not worth. I'd probably go for sleight of hand or maybe silent focus in this case. Then perk 2, definitely going for fully loaded or on hand for the better ADS speed. I think both of those are pretty solid, but it really just comes down to what you value more, ammo or maybe a better ADS. And then when it comes to the magazine, I don't necessarily think you have to run one. Fast mag doesn't really give you any cons, so it could be worth using. The British, not really a fan of. Worse velocity, worse range, worse damage. But then you've got the 30-06-20, which are very interesting because better velocity, better range, better damage, better reload as well, which is very interesting for a sniper build. So in my opinion, it's between the fast mag, just your base sniper, which I don't think is ever a bad choice, or if you want to get a little bit funky with it, go ahead and try out the 20-round mags. See if they work for you. If you don't like how they feel, don't run them. 5-round fast is always going to be a nice backup there, but that's how I would build out my 3-line currently. Now, following that, we got the AX50. I just like this more than the HDR. I like the feel a little bit better. To me, I'm just more comfortable with this. Both the MW snipers, though, in my opinion, the HDR and the AX50 don't really compare to our #1 choice coming up here. But for this build, of course, we're going for monolithic suppressor per usual. Gonna go for the 32-inch barrel, largest barrel in this case, best range, best velocity. We're gonna have to be using that for our long-range sniper. Tac laser here, better ADS. I like the base optics, so you don't have to go ahead and change that. I do like the assassin stock, better ADS speed. And then again, you can sort of mess around. If you wanted to go for a bipod for better control when you're crouched, go for it. If you wanted an extended mag, you can easily choose one of those. I like stippled in this case because it's again giving you a better ADS, but there's also some solid perks here too, like focus if you wanted to, or even sleight of hand. You could definitely not go wrong with either of those. To me though, this is the best aggressive build that's also going to be consistent for long range as well. And then at #1, we've got the ZRG. This thing is just a monster now for long range sniping. Insane velocity, so powerful. Like, to me, this is the sniper that everyone is going to be using, right? So first up here, I'm actually going for the sound moderator versus the Pelington. Obviously that's meant for close range. This already has phenomenal range and it can one shot anywhere, so you don't need to worry about that as much. Hence why sound moderator, especially with that faster ADS, is so clutch on this class setup. Again, we are going for the combat recon barrel. Also going to go ahead and run the 5 mW laser. I don't like the zoom of the base optic. It's just so zoomed in that if you're within 100 meters, it's just awkward at that point. So I actually do go ahead and run the 6x optic. I know a lot of other snipers are big fans of this one. It does show glint though, so keep that in mind. Then lastly, like, yeah, these stocks again don't really do all that much. Bruiser grip is always that option there. You could go for something like an airborne elastic, but this comes stock with 3 shots, which is not all that fun. So a 5-round mag to me is a bit more important. Having to constantly reload could be the difference of life or death in a gunfight. So to me, those extra 2 shots are a lot more valuable than maybe a little bit better ADS speed or a little bit better movement speed. So I feel like you kind of have to run a magazine on there. Regardless though, that being said, those are the new top 5 snipers in Warzone right now. And that's going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. Would be seriously appreciated. And if you're new here or if you have not already subscribed, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, news, updates, loadouts, tips. You're going to find it all right here. So feel free to subscribe with those notifications turned on. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.